Welcome, I'm Caren Baginski, and this is our restorative yoga for the Sacral Chakra class. This is the second chakra, or energy center in our bodies, that's found just below the navel in the space of the reproductive organs, and it governs emotion, creativity, and relationships to others and to ourselves. We're going to be exploring this energy center through an embodied experience of restorative yoga poses. You'll need some props, gather those up, and I'll meet you back here on your mat. Find 2 blankets, 2 bolsters, preferably one round and one flat, and roll up a hand towel. Let's begin with simple supported backbend. You'll need your flat bolster for this. So bring that across the middle of your mat, widthwise. Sit on the bolster and plant your feet forward so you have some space in between your knees. Reach your hands back and lower to the forearms and then to the whole back. Your shoulders, neck, and head are completely on the floor, and you'll feel most heavy on the shoulder region. And now we'll find the space where it feels most comfortable for your low back to have the bolster. So pushing into the feet, lift up through the pelvis, slide the tailbone forward, and bring the bolster up into the curve of your back. You'll feel your glutes drip off the edge of the bolster. But if this is not comfortable for your low back, I suggest taking the buttocks more on top of the bolster entirely for more of a supported bridge pose. If you'd like more head and neck support, add a half-rolled blanket underneath your head and neck, as shown here. Close the eyes if that feels comfortable, allowing the arms to open to a V with space in the armpits. Notice how the space of the sacral chakra is lifted here. Breathe into that space with a more full and expansive breath than you've taken yet. Feel it rise and fall with inhale and exhale. Settling into your practice. Now place your palms on top of that space, face down, touching the thumb tips together and the index fingers together into Trimurti Mudra. Rest this mudra right below the navel. The fingertips, the index fingers, are pointing down to the thighs, forming a triangle shape with the hands. Relax the elbows and the shoulders. Feel into the subtle energy of this space of your body. Breath is fluid. And notice that emotions are fluid too. Sometimes it feels like our emotions hang around for a long time. Particular ones like feeling anxious, depressed, or sad. But no feeling is ever final. And by giving yourself this time and space to just be with whatever's here, you can welcome it and allow it to move through rather than remain stuck. Take 3 more breaths into the hands. Feeling as though you're letting go of tension in the hips and the legs and the back with every exhale. Now release the palms back down to the floor. Begin to wiggle the toes. Push into the feet, engage the glutes, take your hands to the bolster and lift the pelvis so you can slide the bolster closer to your heels and take your pelvis and your low back to the floor. Bend your knees inward and roll to a side, resting for a moment on your side. Push into the floor gently and lift the head and the heart. Come to seated. We'll slide this bolster up lengthwise one half of the mat as we transition into supported pigeon. You'll need your round bolster for this as well. So bring that in and place that about a fist or so width away from the flat bolster. And grab one of your blankets. Form a long rectangle fold blanket here. Long and skinny fold. No need to be precise about it. If you really want to, you can find all the instructions about blanket folding in my Restorative Yoga book. But getting it into a long, skinny rectangle shape, let's place that along the left edge of the mat. Then step your left knee to that blanket and place your right foot forward, over top of the round bolster. Heel toe it across the edge of the mat and lay the shin bone down, coming into a supported pigeon with the right leg forward first. With the left knee on the blanket and the toes on the blanket, tuck the toes under, lift up the legs, situate the round bolster more completely across the center of the pelvis, and then release the left leg down. Exhale and lower your chest to the bolster. Let the hands come forward, palms plant down, elbows soft, and turn a cheek to the bolster. When you're here, you might feel gentle sensation in the outer right hip, but we're not looking for a deep stretch. Aim for relaxation, so prop yourself up with more under your pelvis or more under your heart so that you can feel more relaxed. Now that you've arrived, soften the muscles of your face and close the eyes if that's comfortable. Breathe and be just like this. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Nothing to solve or manage or fix. Let yourself ease into peaceful rest and nourishment from the support of the props. I'll let you know when it's time to switch sides. Take one more breath in and out. And gently return your chin to face the bolster, lifting the head. Let the arms follow, bringing them closer into the body, lifting the chest. Tuck the left toes under. Start to bring that knee forward so that you can sweep your right leg back. You can always move the props to the side if that's more helpful. And keep going with that right leg. Stretch it long and tuck the right toes under. You feel all of that energy move back into the full length of the right leg. Set the knee down. Sit on your heels for a moment so that you can move the blanket to the other side on the right side of your mat. Place your hands toward that flat bolster, right knee to the blanket. Step your left foot forward. Heel toe across your mat. Lay the shin bone down. Tuck the right toes under, extend and lift through the knee so you can situate and find length and support underneath your pelvis. Then relax the top of the foot to the floor, and as you exhale, lower your abdomen down to the support of the flat bolster. You might turn your opposite cheek to the bolster here, or find the same side you did last time, as long as it feels comfortable and secure for the head and neck. Go right into stillness and rest. Letting go of the muscles and the bones. Breathing easily into your back body. As you hold this pose in silence for some time, allow whatever emotion is present to be here. It's all welcome. There's nothing to fix or change. Just hold it in a gentle field of compassion and awareness. Allow one more breath in this pose. And then we'll transition out, lifting the chin and the head, slowly moving the hands back toward the legs, lifting the chest. Sweep that left leg up and over the props and let it go all the way long behind you. Arriving back in this table-like position, extend the left leg long with the toes tucked under. And then sit back onto your heels. Notice how you feel as the heart lifts. What's starting to awaken or move through in this lower part of your body. Now let's move into upward facing forward bend. Move the round bolster off of the mat, along with the blanket that we used for the legs. And take the flat bolster again widthwise across the mat at about the middle of the mat. Sitting one more time on top of this bolster, come toward the edge that's closer to your hands. And tilt the tailbone under, so you already feel there's a scooping that's happening here at your sacral area. Now lower down gently, back onto the elbows, and then onto the shoulders and the head. And begin to find that space where you feel like you're not fully falling off of the bolster, but you're just on the edge. So walk yourself forward or back, and pull the knees in then when you've found that space. You can rock the pelvis up a little bit more until you feel like you're tipped up. From this place, lift your heels toward the ceiling and over your face. Arms go to a V, palms face up. You might start to feel some pressure at the sacral chakra. If this feels very uncomfortable for your legs, permission to bring the legs forward, or you can roll up a blanket and place it in between your abdomen and your thighs here. Otherwise, let the legs extend long. Close the eyes if that feels good. Feeling heavy in the mid-back and the upper back, but light on the head and the neck. And as you breathe in and out, feel the belly push against the thighs on the inhale. And the thighs press against the belly on the exhale. Stay present, breathing. You have permission at any point to come out if this becomes too much. We'll stay here for just a few more rounds of easy breath. Now begin to make your way out, dropping your heels down toward the floor, moving your knees forward. Keep going gently, slowly until your feet touch mat. As you breathe in and out, you might feel a freshness in the back body. Certainly a loosening of restriction in the front of your body, so breathe into that. And then take your hands to the bolster, and we'll push into the feet one more time. Lift the pelvis and send the bolster forward so that your pelvis can touch mat. And two options, rolling to your side here, or just supporting yourself to come upright to a seat, whatever will feel more restful and accessible for right now. Once you've done that, we'll transition into our final pose, which is Surfboard. So we'll need the flat bolster again for this, and take it up lengthwise, up 1/2 of your mat. Grab one of your blankets, the square fold, and place it at the top of your mat space, followed by the rolled towel right on top of that. The last blanket will open up and roll it. So you'll roll the blanket up all the way and place that behind you at the other space, the other edge of the mat. With your hands on either side of the flat bolster and your ankles draped over the blanket, lower yourself until the edge of your pelvis, that sacral chakra area, is just touching the flat bolster and dripping downward. You might need to do a little readjustment, especially if you have long legs like me, of the blanket underneath the ankles. Once you're in position, bring your palms face down to the blanket, elbows dripping off. The rolled hand towel will be a support for your forehead. Your chin and your nose are lifted in the space between the bolster and the rolled hand towel. Exhale and drop yourself down there now. Arrange your arms so that they feel more spacious and comfortable. Make any last adjustments so that this will feel restful. And once you're there, settle into stillness. The only thing that's moving is the breath. We'll practice a simple breathing technique, a 3-part breathing, filling up the lower part of the lungs, the middle third of the lungs, then the upper third of the lungs, and on your exhale, slowing the exhale down and breathing out completely all at once. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Let's begin by emptying all your air. Now inhale the lower third of the lungs and pause. Inhale middle third of the lungs and pause. Inhale upper third of the lungs, full capacity for your breath, and pause. Exhale slowly all the air through the nose. Just like that. Inhale 1/3, pause. Inhale middle third, pause. Inhale upper third, filling up the back body completely, and pause. Exhale and release all the air through the nose. As you continue, go at the pace that works for you. No struggle or strain. Feel the back body breathing and expanding. And then releasing and softening when the breath leaves the body. Continue with this breathing practice. I'll give you some space to do so now. With your next exhalation, release the control of the breath. Let the breath return to a natural pace. Slowly begin to engage your hands. Lift your forehead and bring the palms alongside your body. Push down into the shins to lift your chest into a table-like position. Moving the props to the side so that you may have a seat on the mat. Maintaining this inward calm focus, place your palms together at your heart. Close the eyes if they're not already, and let the chin bow down and in toward the chest. Honoring all of the teachers who have come before to bring this practice to us. And honoring ourselves, making time to feel, to breathe, and to be with ourselves exactly as we are. That we are whole exactly as we are. Let the eyes open and release the palms. Coming back into the space, notice how you feel now. Such an honor to be on this chakra journey with you. All of the restorative yoga practices for the chakras will be linked so that you can go on to the next one and explore all of the energy centers that make up us, coming into balance with your wholeness. If you enjoyed this practice, give it a like, subscribe to my channel so we can practice again together sometime. Look forward to seeing you again soon.